Students, let's continue with the government budget. Let's start with the first one, capital receipts. Capital receipts refers to those receipts which either create a liability or cause a reduction in the assets of the government. Yes, so a capital receipts which refers to those receipts which either create a liability or cause a reduction in the assets of the government. They are non-recurring and non-routine in nature. Yes, this is called a capital receipts. In India, capital receipts of a government budget are often classified under three heads: recovery of loan, borrowing and other liabilities, other receipts. Let's start with the first one, recovery of loans. Before that, the capital receipts, receipts that cause liability to the government, receipts that leads to reduction in the assets of the government. We're calling it as a capital receipts. The first one, recovery of loans. Governments, yes, the central government offers loans to the state government to cope with financial crisis. When these loans are recovered, assets of the government are reduced. So, government grants various loans to state governments or union territories. Recovery of such loan is a capital receipt as it reduces the assets of the government. Yes, it's called a recovery of loans. Let's move on to the second one, borrowings. The government borrowing money from the general public, that is market borrowing, the Reserve Bank of India, the rest of the world. Borrowings are the funds raised by government to meet excess expenditure. Government borrow funds from open market, that is from public, Reserve Bank of India, RBI, foreign governments like loans from USA, England, etc. International institution like World Bank, International Monetary Fund. Borrowings or capital receipts as they create a liability for the government. The third one, other receipts. This include item like disinvestment. It is the opposite of investment. Disinvestment occurs when the government sells off its shares of public sector enterprises to private sector. It involves transfer of ownership of public sector enterprises to the private enterprises, leading to privatization. So, in the other receipts, which includes about disinvestment. Disinvestment refers to the act of selling a part or the whole of shares of selected public sector undertaking, yes, held by the government. They are termed as the capital receipts as they reduce the assets of the government. The government hold ownership in the various public sector undertaking in the form of equity shares. When the government sells a part or whole of its shares, it leads to transfer of ownership of public sector undertakings to the private enterprises. The second one, small savings. Even small savings refers to funds raised from the public in the form of post office deposits, national saving certificates, Kisan Vikas Patras, etc. They are termed as capital receipts as they lead to an increase in liability. So these are the sources of capital receipts: recovery of loans, borrowing, other receipts. Budget expenditure. Budget expenditure refers to estimated expenditure of the government during a given fiscal year. Yes, so the budget expenditure can be broadly categorized as revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. What is meant by revenue expenditure? Revenue expenditure refers to estimated expenditure of the government in a fiscal year, which does not create asset or causes reduction in liability. That is, revenue expenditures refers to the expenditure which neither creates any asset nor causes reduction in any liability of the government. It is recurring in nature. Yes, it is incurred on normal functioning of the government and the provincials for various services. Example, expenditure on law and order, expenditure on old age pension, wage bill of the government, interest payment, expenditure on subsidies, defense purchases. These are the example of revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure, expenditure that does not reduce the liability of the government, expenditure that does not lead to the creation of assets. Capital expenditure. Capital expenditure refers to the expenditure, yes, of the government in a fiscal year which creates assets or causes a reduction in liability. So, capital expenditure refers to the expenditure which either creates an asset or causes a reduction in the liabilities of the government. Yes, it is non-recurring in nature. Yes, see example of capital expenditures are expenditures on purchasing land, expenditure on machinery equipments, loans granted to state government, purchase of shares, loaned by the central government to the state governments. So these are the example of capital expenditure. Capital expenditure that reduce the liability of the government, expenditure that leads to the creation of assets. Now, let's move on to public expenditure. Under public expenditure, planned expenditure, non-planned expenditure. Let's start with the first one, planned expenditure. Planned expenditure refers to the expenditure which relates to plans and programs of the development as well as the assistance of the central government to the state government. It includes both revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. So, example of planned expenditure are construction of roads, hospital, bridges, the example of planned expenditure. Non-planned expenditure. Non-planned expenditures refers to that expenditure which does not relate to plans and programs of development or assistance of central governments to the state government. Example, expenditure on subsidies, expenditure as a relief to the earthquake victims. So these are the examples of non-planned expenditure. Yes, so far we have discussed about what is meant by capital receipts and what are the sources of capital receipts, borrowing, recovery of loan, other receipts. And what is meant by budget expenditure. Under budget expenditure, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. At the last, planned and non-planned expenditure. Thank you, students.